Hi, welcome back to my channel, Beautiful Minutia. If you're new here, my name is Tiffany, and today I'm playing a little game. I don't know if you've seen those videos online where people will blind rank things, or they'll have a list that you blind rank. So essentially, you're given a limited number of items, whether that be like a song, in this case, it'll be books, just random things, and you have to rank them from 1 to 5, but you don't know what's coming next. So you're putting that item where you think it'll be, leaving it open for the opportunity that maybe something better will come up, maybe things will not line up the way you would have actually ranked them. And I thought that would be really fun to do with my shelves. So for the sake of ease for myself, I am going to be using my classic shelves in here. I have 16 shelves of classics. That really was hard to say, 16 shelves. Anyways, I have 16. And each shelf has a different number of books on it. The ones that are like right behind me have more, have anywhere from like 25 to maybe 40 books, depending on the shelf. But these ones beside me here are like very narrow. And so they only have about 15 books per shelf. So depending on the shelf, it's going to be a different number of books, but I am going to generate a random number for which shelf I choose from, and then a random book. Just to make it so it's easier for me to rank this, I may end up selecting a book I haven't read because I haven't read quite a few of the classics in here. So if that's the case, I am going to be choosing the closest book to it that I have read. Like I said, I'm going completely blind. So when I get this first book, if I put it in the number 1 spot and then I have other books I love more, that might be an issue. If I put it in the 5 spot and then have a book I like a lot less than that, that could be an issue. So we'll just see. So let's go ahead and start by picking what shelf I'm going to do. Shelf number 8, which is actually this shelf right here, which has a little bit less than some of the other shelves because I don't have other stacks like in front of it. So it looks like it's book 17 on this shelf. All right, so book 17 was actually one I haven't read. So I went with the closest book, which was book 19 on the shelf. And that's Young Goodman Brown and Other Stories by Nathaniel Hawthorne. Actually, I have a very mixed relationship with Nathaniel Hawthorne. I remember absolutely loving The Scarlet Letter when I was in high school, but I haven't read it as an adult. The only full novel of his that I've read as an adult is The House with Seven Gables, and I hated that. I don't even have it on my shelves anymore. But I had held on to this collection of short stories, wondering if I'd enjoy his shorter works more, and as it turns out, I do. I actually really, really liked this. But is it a favorite of all time? Probably not. His books definitely have like a nice spooky quality to them, so definitely recommend them. I'm going to put this in the number 4 spot because I think I have the opportunity to have quite a few more books that I like more than this, but I think I could also have a book I like less than this. Okay, up next, let's choose another shelf. Shelf number 3, which is up that way. Well, actually, it's right here. Okay, book number for this shelf is book number 19, which is funny because I chose 19 on the last shelf because 17 didn't work out for me. So let's see what book number 19 is. Once again, I hadn't read book number 19, but I was in the Willa Cather section, so I actually just went back 1 book. This is technically book 18. Surprisingly enough, it's another short story collection, and it's 5 stories by Willa Cather. So this particular collection has one of my favorite things I've ever read by Willa Cather, and I liked every short story in this collection except for one. So this is a very solid one. Oh, I'm like trying to decide, is this like a number 2 spot or is this a number 3 spot? Because it's very possible that I could find many books that I like more than this. I'm going to go with the risky side and say number 2 because I really did love this collection. What shelf are we doing next? We are doing shelf number 16, which is the one like right here, the last classic shelf. I actually haven't read a lot of books on that shelf, so this might be an issue. So number 13 is my number. Number 13, Ethan Frome and Other Short Fiction by Edith Wharton. I actually have read Ethan Frome, but not the other ones in here, so I'm just using Ethan Frome for the purposes of this video. Oh, this is hard because I liked this more than I liked 5 stories, but I think that I could have a better number 1. So This is tricky already. So I'm actually going to put this in the number 3 spot because I'm holding out hope that I'm going to have like a fantastic number 1, like a perfect 5-star number 1. So this could backfire. Okay, let's pick another shelf. Shelf number 4. This is my Dostoevsky shelf. So we could end up with a number 1 here. Book number 3. That's not going to quite be in the Dostoevsky section. It's towards the end of that shelf. Let's see what number 3 is. Actually, once again, had not read number 3. So I went a little bit further down because number 3 was like my Chesterton books, and I haven't read any G.K. Chesterton yet. So went with The Woman in White by Wilkie Collins. So I read this when Claire was a baby, and she just turned 14. So it's been a long time since I read it, but I did give it 5 stars. I definitely like it more than some of the other books on the stack, but I do hesitate to give it number 1 because what if I have something fantastic? Because whatever's left after this, I have to put in the number 5 spot. This is tough because out of the things that I have right now, I'd actually put it below the Cather and the Wharton, but above the Hawthorne. So we're pretty skewed. Maybe I should have put Hawthorne in spot number 5. I don't know. I have so many regrets right now. I am going to put this in spot number 5. And I might really regret that because I just really hope that whatever's next is going to be like really a good one. So we'll find out. Okay, let's choose our next shelf. Shelf number 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's like the highest one up here. Also has quite a few books I haven't read, so that might backfire. We have number 6. So book number 6 on shelf number 6. Guys, I have so many regrets. I actually had read book number 6, and it's The Three Musketeers by Alexandre Dumas. I read this when I was in high school and didn't really like it that much. I thought it was pretty boring, and I don't know, maybe it would be different as an adult. I actually don't know why I kept it if I didn't like it. I think because I was hoping I could reread it at some point and enjoy it more. But this is in my number 1 spot, so this backfired big time. I for sure should have put Woman in White at number 1. That would have been better than what I have. So I'll show you what my blind ranking is, and then I'll tell you what I would have actually ranked these. So in the number 1 spot, we have The Three Musketeers. In the number 2 spot, we have 5 Stories. In the number 3 spot, we have Ethan Frome, then Young Goodman Brown and Other Stories, and then The Woman in White. So if I was going to actually rank these, Three Musketeers at the bottom, then Young Goodman Brown. So that one, I guess, wasn't too bad having that in the 4 spot. Then I would do The Woman in White, then 5 Stories, and then Ethan Frome. So actually, they're stacked in like height order, which is really weird. This is like the nicest way I could have stacked this. So that's how that one panned out. I think I have time to do one more blind ranking. So let's do one more. I'm also not putting these books back on the shelves because I don't want to pick the same books again. So this time we're doing shelf number 7, which is right here. This is my George Eliot shelf. So I think that this could be a really good one. It also has Gaskell on it too. So this is like a very Victorian shelf. With book number 3, which means it's definitely going to be an Eliot book because that's what that stack is right there. So book number 3 is actually Romola, which I haven't read yet. It's one of only 2 of her full-length novels I haven't yet read. So I went down one to Daniel Deronda. And I'm actually super confident right out the gate putting this in the number 1 spot. Because so far, it's my favorite Eliot book, and Eliot is one of my favorite authors. So I'm going to be in trouble if I get some Dostoevsky in here. If I had, like, there's a few others that could give me trouble. But overall, I'm fairly confident putting this right in the number 1 spot. On we go to the next shelf. Shelf number 1, that's my Jane Austen and Louise May Alcott shelf. So we'll see how this one goes. Number 5. Okay, number 5 is Jo's Boys, which is my least favorite in the Little Women trilogy. In fact, I didn't love any of the sequels to Little Women, and so far Little Women is the only Louise May Alcott book that I've actually loved and given 5 stars to, but this was definitely my lowest rated, my least favorite. I don't know if I'm going to find a book that I like less than this. I kept it because it's real pretty and because I want to be able to have like the entire collection because, you know, I love Little Women so much. So I'm putting this in the 5 spot. I'm also feeling pretty confident that I'm not going to regret my choice in that. Next shelf, let's go. Shelf number 9, which is probably one of the ones behind me, maybe. Oh no, it's actually down here, right here, where Les Mis is. So I thought it was maybe like one of the ones closer behind me, but it's not. That also has all my Hardy books on it. Oh, well, we'll see. We'll see if I regret anything. Book number 7. That's not going to be my Hardy stuff, so that makes me feel a little better. Book number 7 is Their Eyes Were Watching God by Zora Neale Hurston, which I read last summer. And oh my gosh, just really, really loved the prose in this book. So stunningly written. Still don't know, even a year later, how I feel about the book as a whole. But the prose was amazing. So I think I'm gonna put this in the number 3 spot because I think I could find something better than this, but I also think I could find something worse than this. So that's where that's going, right smack dab in the middle. In case you're wondering, I feel mildly less confident about that number 3 spot than I do the 1 and the 5. Next, we have shelf number 14, which is, I think it's the bottom right behind me. That has my Tolstoy and Tolkien and all that kind of stuff. So we'll see how that one goes. Book number 25 on that shelf. We haven't had very many high ones. We've had a lot that are like under 10 in this second round. So let's see what book number 25 is. Okay, book number 25 is Cain by Jean Toomer, which I read this year and I really, really loved a lot, actually. Did I love it more than Their Eyes Were Watching God? Maybe. I might regret it, but I think I'm gonna put this in the number 2 spot. Kind of funny that I have two Harlem Renaissance writers like sandwiched right in the middle if I have Nella Larson too. That's gonna be really funny. Okay, so that means whatever is left is going in the number 4 spot. So again, may regret this, may not. Shelf number 13, which is this one right here. Book number 4. Let's see what we got right behind me. Book number 4 was right smack dab in the middle of the Steinbecks, and it was Cannery Row, which I haven't read yet. So the closest one to that I have read is The Pearl. So this will end up going in number 4, which I think I'm not mad at. Let me look at this. Okay, yeah, I'm actually pretty happy with this ranking. I do think that Their Eyes Were Watching God and Cain could be flipped depending on the day. But this is actually how I would have ranked these books. So Daniel Deronda, easily number 1. Cain, number 2. Their Eyes Were Watching God, number 3. The Pearl, number 4. And Joe's Boys, number 5. So this was a far more successful round than the first one. And I think it's because I pulled books that are easily like top books on my shelf, like for number 1. And then like number 5 is like easily some of the lesser liked books on my shelf. So I'm pretty happy with this ranking. So let me know in the comments below if you would have ranked these differently, especially if you did any like blind ranking along with me, but that would require you to have read all of these, and so maybe you haven't, so that makes it a little harder to do a blind ranking, which is why I chose ones that I actually had read, because it's hard to know how I feel about books I haven't read. I'd be basing it on reputation and my own like expectations and personal hype alone. This was super fun. I really liked doing this, so I hope you enjoyed watching it with this blind ranking. Let me know if this is something you'd like to see me do again, because I could do it with my middle grade. I could do it with like my sci-fi and fantasy shelves. I could do it again with more classics if this is something you enjoyed and would like to see again. But thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please hit like and also subscribe so you can continue to see more bookish content from me, and I will see you again next time.